Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sunday Funday. This is our second ever episode in Segs. I guess if your team loses, you don't have to show up for the podcast next week.
Yeah, apparently the boys are too scared to show up.
Yeah,
That's all right though. Victory Monday for us.
yes.
Cheers to that, eh?
Yep. Cheers to that. It feels so good to win the first one, especially against the Chargers, which we will get into. But let's talk about the two boys that aren't here for a second. Poolsie, I think valid excuse for this one, we can say.
100%. Yeah.
He's catching rays in Jamaica on his honeymoon.
Yep. How was the wedding?
Unreal.
Didn't catch the invite, so
yeah. Yeah. No, it was awesome. It was in New Hamburg, and the whole day. Poolsie, you would have liked to see him. He was a stress ball in the morning for sure, as you just went through one yourself.
Yep.
He was a stress ball in the morning, but we did get out for a round of golf before we started the day, which was awesome.
You did golf. Okay.
Yeah, played Rebel. My first time actually playing Rebel.
Nice course, eh?
Very nice.
I sent you that DM. I've played Rebel a couple times. I actually played it this year.
Yeah.
For the first time in a while. That picture, I couldn't wrap my head around where you were. You look like you were like out east somewhere.
Yeah. No,
I was did Poolsie get cold feet and you guys just caught a plane somewhere? Like,
yeah. No, it was awesome. They certainly know how to rinse you on price. $76 for 9 holes is what I paid.
Yeah.
Which is just absurd.
Whoa, for 9.
Yes.
Oh my God, that went right over my head. Holy shit, Gerbs.
I know. I thought that was a little ridiculous, and it was a Friday morning. So like, if it was Saturday or Sunday, I maybe would expect it, but a Friday morning, I thought, maybe we'd get a decent little rate. Not the case. But it was great and great day. Poolsie on the dance floor. I know I sent you a couple videos. Yeah. He was on one. He
was looking loose.
He was feeling loose. He definitely was. But a great day and congrats to the new pools, Matt and Taylor Pool. They I think they get back
pool party, if I saw correct. That was the hashtag. Yeah,
that was the hashtag. Pretty good.
Very
one.
Clever.
Pretty creative. Yeah, they get back Sunday, and then Poolsie. I know he's itching for football though. I did. Yeah. I was texting him a little bit. He wanted my honest opinion on Bryce Young from what I saw, and I gave him my honest opinion, which we will get into later as well. But and then Disab, what's his excuse again for not being here?
I don't even know, man. He like 7 different times we threw at him, and every single time he had some. He messed. Oh, last night, because we were gonna maybe do it last night, right?
Yeah.
We're recording Wednesday.
Yeah.
He had his softball league championship, I think.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. I get that's valid excuse. Championship.
Yeah.
I sent him a message last night about something, like another topic, and didn't get a response till this morning. Actually, like I woke up to it. He said, "Sorry, I didn't respond. The softball game was 7 to 10:40."
Excuse me?
Yeah. Now I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, did it go into extras? I guess they did a 2 out of 3, and it went to game 3, 7 innings each.
Wow, they played 3 7-inning games.
Apparently, yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, so quite the finisher for I'm assuming a recreational league.
Yeah, for sure. I had my recreational men's softball championship on Monday night. Actually, we lost. It was a good battle though. Good battle. I can't imagine Disab's great at baseball.
Yeah, I can't picture him.
I can't picture him swinging a bat.
No, I can like maybe picture him throwing a ball because he said he's QB1, but
as he says.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Which we got a text, or I got a text, which I sent to the chat. Disab got roasted by one of our loyal listeners. I'm not going to out his name because I like that he keeps roasting them.
Yeah.
But what did he say? I'll just read it word for word here. Oh, he was chirping Fields. He's not a Justin Fields fan. He said Fields is a great runner, but you need to be able to throw better than Christian DiSavantino to be QB in the NFL. Roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Fields maybe can't throw better. Fields maybe is bad.
Yeah. I mean, rewind the tape on me last week. I might as well have had them going to the Super Bowl, but that is so not the way it's going. And I take back everything. I'm off the Bears. They're blacklisted. Done forever.
That's me for the Vikings. I for some reason I had a parlay that everything hit, and there were some dogs in there, including the Dolphins and the the Packers, 2 dogs in my parlay. It would have been a nice little payout. Only thing it doesn't hit is the Vikings. So I'm back to hating them. I thought they could take care of business again. Who did they play again?
The Bucks.
The Bucks. I thought they're going to
Baker.
take care of Baker, but
retro.
They did not. So are we going to get in?
Well, sorry. Speaking of parlays, I had a 5-pick. I guess I don't think it was team, but 5-pick. College football parlay on Saturday. I'm really getting into college football. I know we don't talk about that.
Colorado's a wagon.
Yeah, I took them money line in it. Anyway, I had Alabama, who's should be a powerhouse.
You always think they are, yeah.
This parlay's $5 to win 160. Ooh. And everything hit except for Bama losing, which is like the biggest upset of the year so far.
Yeah.
And that would have just been so nice to roll into Sunday with for week 1 of NFL, but
would have been great. Yeah.
Anyway,
Dolphins money line when they were losing saved my day because I lost every single other bet I did. But Dolphins when they were down, it was a nice payout. It was a 4 multiplier at the time. They were down by a touchdown early. Hammered them responsibly, and when I say hammered, it's not a lot of money, but it was a great payout, and it saved my Sunday that way. Are we gonna get into our 2 teams, because we are coming off wins and it feels great?
Yeah, we can do some recaps here. I can start if you want.
Yeah, and I think just before you go, sorry, Segs, is like we kind of talked about this, and for the listeners too, we're gonna try to like not do a crazy amount of recap, because this is coming out the Thursday, which is like already, when this comes out, it is pretty much week 2. There's a game that night, and we're gonna look ahead at more games. But part of the fun we have is definitely looking at our teams and how they did. And if there's other big games, obviously we're gonna talk about them too. But we won't do too much recap, because if you're a big football fan and you listen to football stuff, you've already heard multiple recaps from those teams. But Browns Bengals must feel good.
Bengals feels awesome, man. I mean, that's a huge, obviously week 1 out of the gate, you want to get that win, but against a divisional opponent and the Bengals at that, who are like, Super Bowl projections. So I think you mentioned this last week. I definitely want to start, like, religiously, I'm a red zone watcher for sure. And I do want to start moving towards just watching the Browns games, because like, I know my team, but there's definitely guys who, like, if you ask me about them, I couldn't name them or say one thing about them. So I did that for a bit on Sunday. I think the second half I watched the entire Browns Bengals game, which was perfect because the first half was brutal. But yeah, I mean, Nick Chubb's a beast.
Still,
I think he had 106 yards and a touchdown. I was kind of laughing in my head, like Deshaun Watson, who I said I wouldn't say his name, and Joe Burrow. It's over, I think it's over $500 million worth of QB contracts on the field. And I think there was 1 touchdown associated with them. I think Deshaun ran 1 in.
Yeah, Deshaun ran 1 and he threw 1 too.
Did he throw 1? Okay.
Yeah.
So
but
that's pretty pathetic if you ask me.
Yeah, but I mean, Deshaun, I like looking at his stats, and I did watch a decent chunk of that game. I thought he looked pretty good for the most part. And you got to remember, it was heavy rain too.
Yeah, it was a weather game. He picked it up in the second half. The first half, I was actually pretty nervous. He was missing some wide open throws.
Was he?
Who I think our co-anchor Christian DiSabatino could have made.
I don't know about that.
So that was a little worrisome, but seemed to pick it up at the end. And then Nick Chubb did what Nick Chubb does. So
18 rushes, 106 yards with a tutty Nick Chubb actually didn't get a tutty.
He didn't?
No, unless he caught one that I'm unaware of.
No, it doesn't sound like him. It's so frustrating. They take him out so much at the goal line. Which I don't know if that's an effort just to like save his health, which I'm fine with. But you would think that guy should have way more touchdowns than he does.
Jermone Ford, who I don't even know if he was on your team last year. He was certainly new for me to see. I don't know if he's a rookie or whatever, but he had 15 rush attempts with Chubb's 18. Like he was right there with them.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he was a 3rd string last year. But yeah, I was actually cursing his name at one point because they went down fumble. So I was pretty upset with him, but he had a good game.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, just super pumped again to get that against the Bengals. It was at home. So not to get my hopes up too high, but I will say the Browns own the Bengals at home specifically.
Yeah. No, there's no argument in that.
So yeah, who do we? I don't even know who we have this week. Oh, we got Steelers Monday night.
Ooh, 2 primetime games for the kids this week.
Yeah, 2
Actually,
primetime games.
3 with Disab because we play each other.
Yeah. So we're again another divisional game. Sure we'll talk about this more, but yeah, all in all, week 1 victory Monday, victory Tuesday, victory Wednesday.
Victory all week. That's the best thing about football for me, and the worst thing, because if you come off a heartbreaking loss, you got to sit with it all week. And for me, I can't go on Twitter, but I've just Twitter's my favorite place in the world right now. It's like all just Tua love. It's well, why don't we get right into it?
I was just gonna say, what did Tua do this weekend, Brady?
Tua, he just threw for almost 500 yards. He was 28.
Fourth most yards, I think, in a game.
I think third. I think he's third most all time, maybe third or fourth. You're right, all time in the opening game. He threw for 466 yards with 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception that there might have been a push off on the defense, but it doesn't matter. We got the win. A rushing attempt again, just our rushing game not really there. Raheem Morset looked awesome when he got the ball, but he only got 10 carries. 10 carries for 37 yards. He did get a touchdown, so that was good to see. We really don't have much running, which it seems like we don't really need it. Like we just throw the ball. And Tyreek Hill, maybe not the best guy off the field. What a football player.
Yeah.
That guy.
Hell of a game.
That guy, 11 receptions, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, and clutch touchdowns too.
Yeah.
And a lot of throws Tua was putting right to him, but there was throws that like Tua underthrew him a couple times where he came back for it, as he does, and he just starts running backwards, literally cuts to the middle, makes a few guys miss, gets a few more yards on the outside, then usually goes out of bounds without getting tackled. He just like runs away from people. Unreal. But Tua's passes to him, like that touchdown pass, it was like the goal line fade, where he just threw it up before Tyreek even turned. Like nice catch by Tyreek, but if you're any NFL wide receiver in that spot that Tyreek caught it is going to make that catch. Like Tua literally just like dropped it in his hands over the guy's helmet. It was an incredible throw. And it's nice to see people online giving Tua a bit of respect, which it'll turn. Like the second he has a bad game, it'll turn back to what it's always been. But people really can't say anything right now because he dominated. He was the best quarterback in week 1, and it's not really close. Justin Herbert might have been a close second. Because he did torch our defense, which is something that I'm a little bit concerned about for sure, is giving up that many points. But I've never been able to watch my team, and Segs, I honestly can't explain it. Every time we got the ball, I just assumed we were going to score. It was insane. Our first three drives, we were on their 5-yard line. And the first one was the fumble. Our center had 2 bad, horrible snaps that was dropped for a fumble, and that we didn't get any points on that first drive. But the next 2, we just marched down and got a touchdown. It was an insane feeling. I actually felt confident like most of the game until our kicker Jason Sanders missed that extra point, and we were only up 2. Dude, I was ready to be done with football already for the season.
Yeah,
because Justin Herbert had 1 minute and 45 seconds with 2 timeouts to just get in field goal range for the win. I thought it was like, they're done. I'm gonna hate this season. I'm gonna hate this game. I'm gonna have to see how good Justin Herbert is for making that last drive. No, the defense D's up. Sacks him. He takes a bad penalty first. It's really nice to see Tua outperform Herbert. Because we talked about it last week. Like the Dolphins did pick Tua over Herbert. I will say, as I did say last week, at this point in the career, it looks like Herbert maybe is the better one to have picked at this point. I'm not ready to say that as like set in stone though. Tua's my guy, and I think if Tua stays healthy all year, he could. Some crazy things could happen in South Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
You can put that out there.
Yeah, it's an exciting way to start the year for sure.
Yeah.
I had the same feeling. I watched that kick, the extra point miss, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh no, I think I texted you.
Were you like a tiny bit like excited though when you saw that? Just to like...
honestly, not. I was I was in no way rooting for either side in that game. As I was
Mhm.
watching, I was just like kind of watching the madness unfold.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was rooting for anyone either way, but when I saw that, I was like, oh shit. But
Mhm.
and I was fully prepared for Justin Herbert to march down the field and they were
Yep.
going to kick it to win. But
Yep.
man, it was like, how was it? 2 sacks on that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was like sack, sack, sack. Like they just swallowed him
And
up.
the intentional grounding. He got scared and intentionally
Right.
take it back 10 yards.
Yeah.
They were third and 30 on that drive.
Yeah.
And
He
they got it
was,
to like
I think he
fourth
was
and
screaming at his O-line,
yeah. Oh yeah.
after one of the sacks. Like it
Mhm.
was, I've never
Yep.
seen him, so
Yep.
emotional in that sense before. So,
For sure. And it's tough because one of my like longtime friends is
mhm.
a huge Chargers fan.
Yep.
And we have it's not like a me and DSAB relationship where we will like just, we hate our team openly and we will yell at each other about our team, except DSAB sometimes hates his own team too,
Yeah.
which is just, that's just how he is. But we both know we hate each other's team. I hate the Chargers. He hates the Dolphins. That's out there. It's for sure true. But we respect each other because we have these battles every year, and both our timelines are literally just filled with Tua Herbert like comparison. That's just what it
Yeah.
is. So, but it's nice to win one. We won. I think we've lost like the last 4 years against them. So it's nice to get that win, especially first week of the year, and for Tua to do it the way he did. And I'm still excited about our defense. It was bad, but Vic Fangio, one of the best defensive coordinators of all time, I think he'll get them in order.
Nice.
So
Unreal.
I'll stop talking about the Dolphins now. Except Javon Holland, Canadian, 10 tackles. That's his jersey right there, number 8.
Yep.
Javon Holland, Canadian boy, 10 tackles as a cornerback. So shout out Javon.
Let's
Shout out
go.
Javon.
Canadian content. Love it.
Yep. And Sunday night against the Patriots. Look out.
Yeah. Unreal.
Mhm.
All right. Sick. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess, I mean, we can touch on the other guys' games, but
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I didn't watch too much. I had some type of investment in the Patriots to cover.
Mm.
It's kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but I did want them to cover, but they and I thought they were at the end. That was actually a good game finisher as well.
It got good.
Yeah. Got to keep your feet in. I don't even know who
Yeah.
the receiver was, but
Yeah. Yeah. He's
got to get those toes down.
Borny or something. Like not born. It's like Borny or something. He's a rookie. But yeah, that's got to be caught.
You're not in college anymore, kid.
No. Safe to say though, Patriots fans are watching that last drive when they're down 5 and they're at like midfield with I think they had like almost 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, they did. They
Like
had lots of time.
you got to be thinking like Tom Brady's just finishing that game.
Oh,
10
okay.
times out of 10.
Can we talk about Tom Brady at that game?
Yeah.
What was the jersey he was wearing? It was like a crop top.
And has he ate in the last 2 months, do you think?
That
I mean,
guy.
I don't know if that's rude. I don't, don't be
Yeah,
putting me out there. I
no,
don't
no.
nothing against it, but
he might. Yeah, he might be a guy like obviously during football season he's probably working out, and he just might have. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. He's living his best life in some sense, but get the man a jersey that looks like it fits. Like that was weird.
Yeah. No, that was weird. And I don't think he's too good looking of a guy anymore either. He used to be a good looking guy. Well, he was ugly and then he got good looking, and I don't think he's great looking anymore.
Yeah, it seems like I think he's got a lot of work happening. And
Yeah.
I think he's hovering over that point where it's too much work's being done.
Yeah, I think he can relax on the jawline. Like I think it's there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely there.
Yeah. But
yeah.
the Patriots,
Sorry,
Tom Brady's coming back and winning that game though, and Mac Jones just maybe just isn't that guy. And I say maybe I 100% think he isn't that guy. I don't think he's that great, and we'll see Sunday night against our defense what he can do. But
who's home? It's in
I think it's in
right?
Yeah, it's in New England. Yep. So I wonder what that line is. We'll find out. I actually haven't seen that line yet. But I would expect the Dolphins to be favored by a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna go Dolphins -2.5. That's what I think.
Let me check here. We have the Dolphins -2.5.
Swear
Boy,
I didn't look at that.
Yeah, no, that's the best one. That's the best odds I can find on this app that will not be talked about until
Yeah.
some yeah.
Till some contract disputes get
Yeah, we're working through some things.
We're holding out.
Yeah, we
like
are.
Chris
We are.
Jones.
Yeah. We're attending podcasts, but we're not what would be the equivalent? We're not practicing.
We're not practicing.
Yeah. We're not showing up practice. We'll show up to games, but we're not practicing until we get that contract figured out.
Yeah. And then I'll be completely honest, I didn't watch a second of
I have some Bryce Young thoughts.
Okay, yeah, give me some. Sorry, Poolsie.
Yeah, and some Falcons thoughts. I did watch a little bit of this game, just because I wanted to, and that was when the Browns were playing, so I like Dolphins didn't play till 4, so I had some time to watch some other games. Bijan Robinson to start there with the Falcons. That guy is nasty.
Okay, did he have a good game? Because like preseason, this guy had like MVP odds, and I'll be honest, I didn't hear like usually Twitter's blowing up if something the way you just reacted happens. I didn't hear a lick from him. So,
dude,
what was his stat line?
Let me find that stat line. But his first touchdown, he caught the ball like they were on like the 15. He broke like 3 guys' ankles, cut to the end zone. He looks electric. He only had 10 rushes for 56 yards, and 6 receptions for 27 yards and a touchdown. So he totaled around 80 total yards. That math I'm sure is off, but it's got to be close around that with a touchdown. And he just looked like go watch just like I just watched it doing some research for this. There's a 9-minute highlight package of that game. Desmond Ridder, by the way, not that guy. He's not that guy at quarterback. He should be replaced by Taylor Heineke soon if they want a chance, because I think the Falcons have a decent team with their receiving core and now running backs, because that Tyler Algier pounded 2 in. He had 15 rushes for 75 yards with 2 touchdowns. So it's kind of seems like they're protecting Bijan a little bit, because he would be like their guy to get them to the red zone, but then Algier would come in the red zone, kind of like a Chubb Hunt thing, which was going on the last few years for Cleveland. But I think Bijan Robinson is nasty. Desmond Ridder, I think, is bad. Falcons, I think, could be a frisky team this year, though. That they're in the conversation to go for that division for sure. The Panthers, Bryce Young, I will say, Segs, and this relates to you heavily. not as small as I thought he was going to look.
Really?
Like he doesn't quite look like Kyle. Like Kyler seems smaller when you see him on TV than Bryce does.
Right.
So I'll give Poolsie that. He doesn't look as small. Like he looks like he looks like a skinnier version of Tua to me out there, and a right-handed thrower.
True.
He had 2 atrocious picks. Atrocious up the middle, just like handed it to this guy. Picked him off twice. Bates, I think it is, a defensive player on the Falcons, picked him off twice. It was almost identical plays, just up the middle, forcing it to nobody, and they were easy picks for him. But other than that, he looked more confident. Like, when some rookies come in, they just kind of like are jittering around and they're just like making stupid throws all the time. He didn't really do that. Like I think he does have a future as a number 1 quarterback in Carolina. I don't think it's going to be this year. I don't think they're going to win too many games this year. Sorry, Poolsie. I know you're listening to this. I would put their win total. I'd be shocked if they won more than 5 times this year. I just don't think they are a great team. I don't think there's too many weapons there for Bryce to throw to, and I just don't think Bryce is quite ready to hit those guys that are open. Miles Sanders looked okay. Poolsie made me keep him in a keeper league I'm in. He swore he was going to have an unreal year. Had an okay first game, but I'm going to need a lot more from Miles Sanders, the way Poolsie talked about him. But keep pounding nation. You have something to look forward to. I do think Bryce Young will be a good quarterback at some point. I just don't think he's ready yet this year. And this is the type of clip that could really come back to haunt me. He could be great. I just said they're going to have 5 wins and be horrible. I do think that's the case, though. Atlanta handled them pretty easily, and I don't think Atlanta's like a stellar team by any means. So I think it could be a long year for Keep Pounding Nation. But Bryce Young, I still do think is the future, and I think Poolsie can be excited about that. The only thing that I think is going to be a little scary down the stretch for them is the Bears have their first round pick, and if this year gets ugly, that's going to be a tough thing to think about.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see. We'll see about that. But to compliment Bryce Young, though, he did look confident. I think he's going to make some good plays out there. Adam Thielen, I don't think he was playing. He was supposed to be their number one. Maybe he was playing. If he was invisible. But I think they'll be okay. But I think getting more than 5 wins could be a stretch this year.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, Poolsie. We're thinking of you.
There's your Panthers talk. That's probably not what he wants to hear. He's probably listening to this on the plane on his way home from his honeymoon.
Yeah.
He's probably just cursing me out right now. But you asked for honesty, Poolsie. I have to say it how it is. Nothing but respect to the Panthers organization for me, though. I do root for them currently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We love you, Poolsie.
Yeah, we do. Hope your flight is good.
I'm sure he's having a great time in Jamaica, man.
Yeah, maybe he'll probably listen before the flight. He'll probably be sitting at the beach drinking a cerveza.
Yeah,
listening to this. Yeah,
one of those swim up bars.
Yeah,
those are fun. Those are
probably
fun.
Headphones in. He'll probably wait till Taylor's taking a nap and just throw Sunday Funday in the ears, which I would hope everybody's doing at this point, because Sunday Funday to the moon. And while we're on that quick topic, I don't think, personally, I told you this before, I think I was off my game a little bit last week, as far as the pod went, and the first episode's always tough too, and there were some real jitters there, and I didn't have I didn't have my mic there either, but I think we're gonna grow this thing, and it might take a little bit, but eventually I think we're gonna have people on this live stream listening as we go and putting in questions, and I think Sunday Funday to the moon.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, last week, I don't know why I felt so nervous, but yeah, no, it feels good this week. It's nice to have actual football to talk about. So definitely subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast to. Watch us on YouTube. We've got the YouTube videos up. Subscribe to our YouTube, like it. Even if you don't want to listen to the podcast, like it, subscribe, give us 5 stars. It just helps out a lot. So
it does.
Spotify,
Apple, go on all those things and just hit that subscribe for us.
We're on TikTok too. Go on TikTok.
Yes, TikTok, baby. Moving on. What do we have next here, Segs?
All right. Well, I think we can do a little recap of week 1. Honestly, I mean, like you say, this comes out Thursday, so we are a little late to the party on the recap, and I get that. I think there's still stuff we can talk about, but why don't we go with the most relevant and the hottest news in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, man, I have no skin in any type of game in regards to Aaron Rodgers, but I'm gutted. I don't even know why. I mean, Rip, a buddy at work, he's in 3 fantasy leagues, and he said inadvertently he drafted Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback for all 3. So Rip to all the fantasy owners out there. Rip to Jets fans. I don't know, but I mean, what a game the Monday Nighter was. I mean, that was
shit offenses, though.
Yeah. Well, good defense. Really, honestly, really good defenses. Teams should be a little bit worried knowing they have to play, I think, the Jets and the Bills. Josh Allen looked like dog shit, though. Which I'm sure there's a little grin coming from you.
No, he did.
So that's something to look into. And then I don't know, Zachy Boy Wilson. What do you do if you're the Jets right now? Is Zach Wilson your guy? Are you trying to offload, get someone else? I don't even know.
The way their defense has been talked about from that game, and their defense was elite last year, and it is elite this year. I'll give the Jets this. First of all, that Aaron Rodgers injury for me, I feel horrible for the Jets, and I feel horrible for Aaron Rodgers. I don't even feel slightly remorseful at the Jets fans. Not even Not even the tiniest little bit. You should see the Twitter timeline. I'm in obviously Dolphins Twitter hard. You should see these Jets fans under all the shit when Tua was getting concussions last year. They were just dancing on our grave there and there. And I'm not on Twitter doing that. I'm not dancing on the graves of Jets fans, but I'm just saying I don't feel bad for the Jets fans even slightly.
So personally, you're a little salty.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's a division rival, and obviously this whole thing for me is because obviously I was a big Aaron Rodgers guy last year. Packers, I always have a soft spot for the Packers. I still do. I still the Packers. If I'm pulling DSAB, the Packers are my NFC team, which I would never actually like put them close to the Dolphins, which DSAB I feel like does. But so Aaron Rodgers loved him. I stuck up for him when everyone hated him when he was on the Packers. Then all of a sudden he jumped ship to a division rival who I hate the team of. So now I hate Aaron Rodgers, and now Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. So last year, if Aaron Rodgers got hurt, I'd be like crying. Now I don't know what to do with myself. I'm obviously sad for him, but I hate the team he's on, and I hate most of the players on that team other than him. So I just don't. It's a weird. I don't know how I should feel because obviously there is that little bit that. Obviously, the Dolphins have a better chance at the division now that Rodgers is out, and you never want it to be because of injury, but that's just a fact.
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game, and our quarterback, he's had a little bit of a history, I guess, with being injured. But I don't feel bad for Jets fans, but their defense is elite. Bills' defense was good too, but I just think Zach Wilson is bad. And to answer your other question about the quarterback, I kind of think if they actually want a chance at anything, they got to go sign like a veteran. I think like somebody that can come in there and just like Garrett Wilson, elite wide receiver. Do you see his touchdown pass or catch? Sorry,
catch. I was gonna say, yeah. Unreal
catch. So I don't know. I think they probably got to go get somebody if they have a shot. I hope they ride with Zach Wilson because I think he is dog shit.
Yeah.
So I just think the Jets like. Now I think you just hammer the under on every game they play if Zach Wilson is their starter because their defense isn't going to give up too many points, and I don't think their offense is going to score too many.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
yeah, just crazy game.
The bigger issue might be the Bills.
Yeah, that's got to be a topic to talk about. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Hashtag was DSAB right?
Yeah, he wanted us to mention that, right? That he called this from when he was in the womb, basically.
Yeah. Of course, he wants us to say something that a podcast he's not going to be on.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they just like Josh Allen needs to get his shit together. In all honesty, I mean, I don't really know. I'm a Josh Allen fan myself. I have no issues with him, but he's got to be better. Like the guy can throw for 1,000,000 yards, but his turnover rate is just ridiculous. Like
it's insane, and it's not talked about.
It isn't because and you know what to start the game they threw out one of those stats where I think he had he had so and so touchdowns. I think he's had the most in 5 years, but he's also had the most turnovers.
Yeah.
In that time, I don't quote me on that exact, but it was a negative relation to his turnovers, and like it's not good. Like
no,
he's got to be if he wants to be a top tier quarterback, that can't be a thing.
I just like at this point, I think has he not proven he's not quite a top tier quarterback? Like I'm forced to hate Josh Allen because he's on the Bills
this is a really hard game for you to talk about, eh?
Very hard
to not be biased.
To not be biased in any way, and I don't want to throw compliments, but Josh Allen, I like hearing all his interviews on Part of My Take. I think Josh Allen's an awesome dude. I like Josh Allen.
Sure, you'll go have a beer with Josh Allen.
I would have a beer with Josh Allen for sure. I hate his team, and I hate him when he's on the Bills. I hate him when he's playing. But I think he's like at this point, has he not proven he's not a top tier quarterback? I
think he is right now, in my opinion. Right. But he's got to start. He's got to do something. He needs to do something. He needs to be competing in an AFC championship this year. I think for that title to stick, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I can agree with that because every time he's got to the playoffs so far, like his last game against the Bengals, he just got dominated.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So he's proven, like I would call him. What is a stats quarterback considered like a social media quarterback, like they call Justin Herbert? Is that like the same thing or? What does that even mean, social media quarterback? Like
I think it means like on social media they show all the good plays.
Right.
Like
Okay.
I think Tua is a social media quarterback in the other way. Like he had 2 underthrows against the Chargers. I'm like, oh well, I'll see that one on Twitter for the next week. And then he throws a bomb to Tyreek, and you're just not seeing him. But this time you are, because he threw for almost 500 yards and was dominant. But if they lost that game, they would have been showing the underthrows, and that's all we would have seen for a week.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like, depends what you mean by tier, or what I mean by tier. But I mean, he's certainly not in the Patrick Mahomes, and I would still have Joe Burrow in there, despite how he looked last week. I would still have him in there, and I don't put and Aaron Rodgers before he got hurt. I would have those 3 like a good chunk ahead of Josh Allen. Like, I don't think it's necessarily too close, because those 3 have proven to win ball games, and Josh Allen has done that in the regular season, but he hasn't been able to do that in the playoffs. And I think there's going to be some drama with Diggs.
Well, see, I expected that as well, but it seemed like they were dabbing each other up on the sidelines, and they were doing their like, little close embraces. So unless that was all an act, they seem like they're okay.
Yeah, you're right, but I mean, the Bills have the Raiders this week, a game they should 1000% win. If they lose this and then go on a bit of a slide at the start of the year, don't you see Stefan Diggs being the type of guy that's going to get all whiny and kind of want out? There's already been reports of that. I mean, I'm personally cheering for that, so that's why I asked the question. But it's for me. Go ahead.
I was just gonna. I wouldn't be. My stomach's not feeling great if I'm a Bills fan this week.
Yeah.
After that game, my stomach's in some knots, and not good knots.
No, it's like kind of hungover on a Sunday. Kind of, you feel like shit.
I'm a little stressed. I'm nervous about something. So,
which I love, dude.
Yeah,
I love it. It was so nice having a football Sunday where my phone didn't blow up from Bills fans too. And I kind of learned my lesson. I'm not gonna jump the gun on week 1 and start blowing them up, because strength in numbers, there's a lot more of them than there is of me. I'm kind of on my own, and there's a lot of Bills fans that I get messages from, but I refrain from messaging them. If the Dolphins beat the Patriots and they lose to the Raiders, though, look out. I'm going to be insufferable. And I think you see me on Twitter. Was I okay this week? Because everything in me just wanted to retweet every Tua thing I saw.
Yeah, no, I thought you were pretty tame. Reserved. So tame. I nothing to note. Yeah. I think it was all good.
Good. And cover game time. Spread game time.
Spread game, cover game. Yeah, we might as well get into it. I think that's it.
Was there any could just, I guess, quickly, just with some of the other games. Well, we will talk about some of the.
I guess just in regards to last week, the only other thing I would mention is I'm jacked up for the Lions. I know everyone's like, fuck. People are saying it's an asterisk game. Like, honestly, man, blow me. It's the National Football League. It's professional athletes against professional athletes. I don't care who's on the field. Sure, they didn't have their elite players, the Chiefs, but come on.
Yep, they had Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes. Exactly. So, go Lions. I was pretty pumped about that one.
I've never been necessarily a Lions lover, and you're right. We should have brought them up earlier. It kind of slipped my mind because that was the Thursday night. That seems like a long time ago.
Years ago.
Shout out to the Lions. They took down the Chiefs, and anytime you take down the Chiefs, that's a feat, especially to do it the first game of the season. So if you're a Lions fan, you're for sure jacked up about that one.
Yeah. So let's get into the spread game. Geez, my phone's kind of laggy right now.
Well, Segs, I got something for that. Sunday Funday has a sponsor, and this is a familiar one if you've listened to the Chump and Dimes Boys before, but this episode of Sunday Funday is sponsored by 519 Tech Services, which is located in Elmira, Ontario. 519 Tech Services in Elmira offers fast and affordable sales and repairs for all models of phones, tablets, and computers. Whether you have a cracked screen, broken home button, or water damage, or a dead battery, 519 Tech Services can fix it all. You name it, they fix it. Mention this ad. Mention Sunday Funday to 519 to receive $10 off your next repair or purchase. Visit 519techservices.ca. That's 519techservices.ca, or find them on Instagram, Facebook for more information. That's 519techservices.ca, located in Elmira, Ontario. And quick shout out to 519. They've been a sponsor of Chump and then Dimes for a long time, and we're back. He now has a store in Elmira. When he first started sponsoring for us, he was just kind of doing it out of his basement. You had to drop it off. He now has a shop in Elmira, and he's the cheapest guy around for any kind of phone repairs. I always get shit in my charging port there.
Yep.
And you can kind of fish some of it out, but not a lot. He'll clean that thing up, and it's a cheap repair. It's way better than going to Apple, and they'll rinse you out the ass for something. And 519 Tech Service can do it all. So we appreciate them, and we're happy to have them on board again.
Yeah, thank you. I got to reach out, man. My battery is so bad. Like I'm like, and I'm not on my phone. I'm usually like, I listen to music during the day, but I'm like racing to get home to get my phone charged.
Yeah. Take it over there.
Yeah, I gotta get over there. I gotta get. I'm assuming he can replace batteries. I think that's
Oh yeah. He'll replace that thing quick. You'll be in and out. I mean, I shouldn't say in and out. I don't know exactly how long it takes, but it's not a slow process like it would be if you were dealing with Apple or any kind of other phone company. He'll do
take
it all.
A number at the door.
Yeah,
not with 519.
No, not with that.
Unreal.
So now we're in the cover game, and we first have some picks to go over from last week, some records. Do you have it up or?
I don't actually. I wanted to start at the beginning of the spread game because I feel like last week we kind of hovered over like the rules of it.
Yeah.
And this isn't like, I don't know, listeners might be interested. They might know. I honestly forgot because I feel like we sort of talked about it, but this whole week I was like, I don't even know what's going on. So I think as a small recap for the spread game, because we did create some rules, I think last year, I think we added some bonus picks and such. So we've got 3 Lockeronis. Lockeroni that can be used any week. If you pick a Lockeroni, so if your pick for the Lockeroni wins, you add 3 to the win column, and if it loses, it's 3 losses. And
you get
you get that's okay. You'll get an extra pick that week. And then I think the only other one, which I think we touched on because it happened this week, was if you pick your team, it's worth 2, or if you win, and 2 losses if you lose. So
that's right. Yeah. So to read some records from last week, as you can see, I'm a little jacked up to read these out. We'll start with the boy in Jamaica. He first picked Carolina plus 3.5, which is, as we just said, a swing of 2 points either way. Unfortunately, Keep Pounding Nation did not cover that spread, so that'll be 2 losses in the column right away for Poolsie. He then picked Minnesota minus 6.5 or minus 6, not close. They lost that game as they were favored, as you heard, because they ruined my parlay. So really not a big Vikings fan. And then he did have Jags minus 4.5, which they did cover. So Poolsie's record after week 1 is 1-3. Probably not the start he's looking for, but that's just how it's going to be. We'll then move on to Tyler Sagan. San Francisco minus 2.5. Easy.
Oh man, that was it. So I had it at 2.5. That's what it is on the.
Yep.
Dude, the line for that moved down to, I think, minus 1.5, like right before game time.
Wow.
And I just could not wrap my head around it. I didn't do anything drastic, but I mean, I was like questioning it because the line kept moving down, but that was just disrespectful and so free. Shout out to anyone who took San Fran minus 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 11 or 100 because you would have won.
What did they win by? What was the final score again?
I think it was 30-7. So they won by 23.
Yeah. Steelers look bad. Shout out to you, by the way. You might have had this. You had this before a lot of other people. Brock Purdy might be him.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He looked confident. He was just dropping dimes out there.
Dude, Brock Purdy looked electric. And again, drop one of us in that offense, sure, we could
Yep.
manage. But
Yep.
he is taking that offense and just ripping up the field.
Just grabbing it by the
guy's electric.
horn.
What
Yeah.
was his stat line? He had two touchdowns, I think. Sorry.
No, I got it.
Sure. 220 yards, 2 touchdown passes.
Yep.
No
interceptions, 19 for 29.
20 rushing yards. Yeah, what was his quarterback? I mean, 111.3 quarterback rating. Unreal. Don't know what that means, but it's unreal.
He hit up Brandon Ayuk with 129 yards and 2 touchdown passes. So
yeah, Brandon Ayuk.
And that's with Debo. That's with Debo having a quiet game and McCaffrey 22 rushes for 152 yards. He's still that guy. San Francisco's a problem, no doubt. But you had that -2.5 easy, as you said. Almost could have been a lock-roni. Chicago -1, bad pick as we as you see now. It is what it is though. And Commanders -6.5, another easy one.
Oh man, sorry. Just to touch on that one, they were like, I think it was third and 4 at the end of the game, up by 4, and it was like they could go for it or they could kick a field goal and give the ball back. I wanted them to kick the field goal so bad, but they went for it and got the first down, and that iced the game. But I was like, please give me the cover.
Yeah, anyway. No, I still think that's a good bet. It obviously didn't work out. I like that bet though. I think 9 times out of 10. They so you finished 1 and 2. The slightly better percentage than Poolsie's 1 and 3. Because of his Panthers keep pounding nation pick. Dsab then. And yeah, you better believe I'm saving myself for last year. Dsab Titans +3.5. Nice one. They won outright. They were dogs and they won. So good job, Dsab. Same thing with the Jets +3. They won outright. So a couple dogs winning right off the bat. That's you could say those are good picks from Dsab. I won't be the one that says good picks, but they won. And then of course he went against his Patriots, and I don't know why you win. The Patriots are trash. So Philly -3.5. Dsab finishes 3-0. Unfortunately for him, that is not the best record of the week, because I took Baltimore -9.5 against Houston. I'm really high on Baltimore this year. Lamar Jackson did not have a good game though. Pretty poor game, especially fantasy wise, which I know because I have him in like 4 out of my 5 leagues. I'm heavy Lamar this year. I'm in 5 leagues. Green Bay +1, easy dog winner. And then another dog, the Dolphins +3.5, which counts for 2 points for me. So that's a 4-0 week for myself. You can start tailing me in all my cover game picks, because I am hot out of the gates. So we'll see what week 2 brings. But 4-0 for me, 3-0 for Dsab, 1-2 for Segs, 1-3 for Poolsy. Dogfight right off the hop, as it always is with the cover game.
Yep. Okay.
Are you gonna change our cool little banner at the bottom?
Yeah, sorry. That's terrible.
There we go.
Okay. Watch on the YouTube. You'll know what he's talking about.
Yep.
All right. So let's get into it. As in past years, the order each week is based on whose team scores the most points.
Yep.
So that puts our order this week as Gerbs, myself, Dsab, and Always Pounding Nation Poolsy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they sent their picks into us, and we did our bet. I actually haven't even seen Poolsy. He sent me a message that I haven't opened.
Okay.
So obviously I'm gonna see them, but I'm not tailing any of Poolsy's picks anyways. So
I got Dsabs. He sent me the message. I just opened it quick and then closed it. I did see his first pick right at the hop, which honestly made me giggle. It's such a Dsab pick.
Yeah.
I will not be touching it, so there will be no funny stuff going on.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. If it's what I'm thinking it is, I'm going first here, and I'm taking Dolphins -2.5.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what his pick was,
That
but
wasn't it.
okay.
That makes sense. I see where you're going with that, but no,
Yeah.
it's even more of a DSAB play.
Really, because that's against the Patriots, but I think minus 2.5 is actually slightly disrespectful. I know they're in Foxborough, but Dolphins offense is just like I don't know how you could be a fan of Dolphins and not pick them right away here.
Yeah.
There's obviously going to be some regression from the offense than what we had in the first game, but I think they're gonna take care of business. Tua has yet to lose against the Patriots in his career, 4-0, maybe even 5-0, but he has not lost. So, and that's with Tom Brady there for the first year. So,
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Mac Jones, Bill Belichick, doesn't matter. Tua takes them down, and they'll beat them by more than 3 this week. Dolphins minus 2.5. Boop.
Okay. Love it.
Yep.
Wow, I was gonna say something, but I just completely blanked.
Fair enough.
Don't know why. Anyway, I'm up, right?
Yep.
Okay. So with my pick this week, I'm actually taking my team as well.
Nice.
I'm gonna go Browns -2 against the Steelers on the road, but I
Yep.
like our chances.
I like that. Are you writing these down, by the way?
Oh, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you. Who's writing this down? I will write this down here.
Yeah, if you don't mind. We usually have Poolsy in the notepad. We're a little
I know,
lost.
yeah. There's gonna be a blank space.
Yeah.
Shout out Taylor Swift
Shout out.
for week 2 of the 2023 season.
Definitely. So we have Dolphins off the board and Browns off the board. The boys are staying loyal to their 1-0 teams, and I love to see it.
-2. Okay.
Minus 2.5, and then
2.5. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, no,
that was like under my breath, and you picked that up.
yeah. And then whatever the Browns line was, and then you're on the clock for Disabs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here it is. His pick's still alive, as
Okay.
I'm not shocked it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he here? Who do you think?
I'm trying to think, but based off of what you said, I thought for sure Miami, because
you would have thought Miami. It's it's not.
Probably the I don't know. Cowboys and Jets are both his teams, and they play each other.
Yeah. No, it's not that. It's he's taking the Giants. The Giants minus
6.5 is the best line.
That's pro line though.
Oh yeah, true.
Minus 5.5.
Minus 5.5. Good.
So, and they play Arizona, so it's not the worst pick.
No.
But boy, oh boy, that's another game from last week. Like, holy moly!
You know what's hilarious? And we're gonna get into Poolsie's pick right away. You know what his number 1 pick on his board was?
What?
Giants.
Really?
Yep.
Oh no.
The boys are high on the Giants.
Okay.
But back to Poolsy now for a back-to-backer. He is going to go with his first pick. He's going with the team that lost to my team, the Chargers. They are minus 2.5 against the Titans. So I think I think that's a good pick. I do think that's the good pick. I think the Chargers bounce back. They're minus 2.5 against the Titans. So that's his first pick. And then this one is wild to me that he's picking them, because this is his most hated team, who he did once cheer for. People forget he had a hat and a sweater, and for one season, he's going Bears +3. I think is what he said. I'm just going to confirm that's the best line. +2.5. I see. So you can give him +2.5. Bears.
Wouldn't
against...
3 be better?
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
He wants points, right?
Yep, you're right. Give him 3.
I got your back, Woolsey.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't see 3 though.
I see on the score bet. I see it right here.
Oh, all right. Well,
I also see it on.
Oh yeah,
couple places.
Yep. I'm misreading it. Give him 3. The Bears against the Bucks. I don't like that pick even a little bit.
But anyways, it's a weird game.
That's his. Those are his 2, and back to DSAP.
Holy shit! I'm wondering if they link this up.
No way.
His second pick is the Bears.
Really?
Yeah.
Is his third one the Chargers?
No, he doesn't have the Chargers. His third pick is Houston. Or sorry, no, sorry, it's Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so he's going against the Chargers.
Oh.
Let me see what's the best.
Titans. They are.
I see 3, 3, 3.
3.
Yep, I don't see 3.5 anywhere. So Tennessee plus
Titans
3.
3 against Chargers. That's a DSAB pick to me because that's like all the money. I see 60% of the money is on the Chargers, and DSAB he likes to be that guy. I also swear I don't know this for a fact, and he would never admit it. He definitely takes dogs just so he's not Mr. Public.
I'd agree, yeah.
For sure. He looks at games and he's like, "Oh, dog, yeah, I don't want to be Mr. Public. You know what? I'm going to win, so I'm going to pick which game I see and which game I want to win. I don't care about Mr. Public."
For sure. Okay, back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is Travis Kelce in this week?
It's not confirmed or denied at this point.
Apparently his knee's pretty bad. Is it not?
I hope not for fantasy reasons, and I'm a Travis Kelce fan, so I hope not. But yeah,
man,
possible.
I'm gonna go Jacksonville against the Chiefs in Jacksonville. Our darlings, by the way, who got a win. Nice win for them.
Yep.
A little nervous last week.
Mm-hmm.
I see plus 3.5. I don't see plus 4. So Jacksonville plus 3.5. I like that little hook actually.
Yep. Don't hate that. Right. Back to me for 2. I this is a pick out of pure hatred towards Minnesota, and I think the Eagles, they didn't look great against the Patriots, but they got the job done. I think they bounced back with a big performance, and it's primetime Kirk. We know what happens to primetime Kirk on Thursday nighter. So Eagles minus 6. Eagles minus 6 is what I'll take. So I'm happy about that one, and then I'm gonna go with this is out of, I don't think the Bill. I'm joining DSAB on the Bills. Maybe aren't that good train, and I think the Raiders at least keep it close. I'm a big Devontae Adams fan. Jimmy G, I think, is just going to get him the ball enough to be respectable. So I see plus 9.5 in a million places, and I'll take that. I would love to see 10. But 9.5 I'll take against the Bills. So those are my 3 picks this week, and I'm happy about them. Again, feel free to tail me. I'm 4-0 to start, so I don't expect to lose this week either.
Love that. Okay, with my last pick, I'm going to go. Man, I'm gonna have a jacked up Monday night. I'm gonna take the Saints minus 3 against the Panthers. On the road, but yeah, I don't know. I like that. I like Derek Carr looked good. He looked really good, I thought. Well, maybe not really good, but
I'm high on Derek Carr too. I think he's so pumped to be out of Vegas too, and I think just Who Dat Nation. I think they're gonna get a bunch of wins this year. Maybe not a bunch. I think they'll win that division easily though.
Yep. So I will take that. Okay, DSAB. I got DSAB.
Yep.
So he took Tennessee. Houston.
Who
does Houston even play?
Houston plays the Colts.
The Colts.
The Colts look pretty good, actually.
So Houston plus
1.5.
Yep, that's what I see. Yeah, you know what? I thought Anthony Richardson looked really good. He got blown up at the end.
He's got to learn how to slide.
Yeah,
or else he's going to be in Tua protocol pretty soon.
Yeah, he's not going to have a long career, but I thought he had a really good game. I mean, like I say, the Jags Colts game.
Yep.
I was a little nervous for the Jags. I thought that was going to be kind of
letdown game.
Pretty. I thought it was going to be an easy win for the Jags, but they had to battle back. So
big time.
Okay. And Poolsie with the last pick.
Poolsie for the last pick. Just confirming San Francisco is still on the board.
Yeah.
Okay. He is picking the San Francisco 49ers. I see them at minus 7.5 against the Rams on 4:00 on Sunday. Rams look better than people thought, for sure. They got a win, which people don't have them getting too many wins. But as we said before, the 49ers are lethal. So I think it's a pretty good pick for Poolsie.
Yeah. I thought they looked pretty good as well. So, okay, sweet. I will lock that in. Boys are good.
My hair is doing some wild things to this hat. I've been looking at it the whole time. It's just
Ooh.
it's just bad. We got hat hair. We're coming from work, but you guys should have seen that. You get people watching on the YouTube and YouTube segs. You should have seen the mullet rocking the dance floor on Friday night at Poolsie's wedding, which I guess you saw at your wedding too. I did have I did have mully season for that too. I'm liking it though. It could be my thing for a bit here.
Could be the play.
It could be the play for a bit here, for a minute.
Like it.
We'll see.
You're always beautiful. So
thank you, Segs. I appreciate that. That wraps up the cover game, doesn't it?
Yep, sure does. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I don't have too much more to say.
No. Some big games to look forward to. Obviously, for this podcast, the Dolphins Patriots Sunday nighter will be a major talking point no matter what happens next week.
That is we all have a primetime game.
Oh, I didn't see Panthers teams are Monday night.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. You love to see it. The boys in the bright lights.
I kind of love that when they do the Monday nighter with the two games, but it's also I like the one that starts earlier because I like the 7 o'clock start better. But
yeah,
I guess they're going to be overlapping.
That's for the next, like this week and next week, and then it's back to one.
Ahead. Yeah. See, I thought they always did that week one. Week one, I thought there was always two on the Monday night, and then that was it.
I was kind of wondering about that too, but
interesting.
Yeah.
Don't hate more football though.
Definitely not. We went over an hour against Segs. The boys were
oh yeah. You know what else is sweet, and I think this means absolutely jack shit. But if you go on the Score mobile app,
of course,
if you go to NFL standings and overall, I don't know why, but the Browns are number one.
Nice. Yeah. While we're on that topic, if you go to leaders, which Disab wanted to bring this up, which is pathetic because his team lost. If you go to passing yards, you see one quarterback at 466. The next is a guy that had an atrocious game at Kirk Cousins at 344. So quick math for those at home, two ahead over 100 yards more than the next closest. So that's a nice little start to the year. Disab wanted us to touch on the passing touchdowns leaders though after week one, which again is just such an embarrassing thing for him to even want us to bring up because Mac Jones is tied with Jordan Love and Tua with 3 to lead the league, but again, couldn't get it done when it mattered. So shout out, I guess, Mac Jones for getting 3 touchdowns in a loss. I mean, I guess Patriots have come to a point where that's what we're shouting out. That's tough, but
yeah.
Well, hopefully if DSAB shows up next week, we'll get to talk to him about that live. We'll see though. Do you think he listens to this? Do you think he's listening right now and just like shaking his head at us?
No, he doesn't. I don't think he listens. Maybe
I know he doesn't listen when he's on, but do you think he'll listen to one?
Yeah, that's true. I think he does listen when he's not on because I think he likes to hear us talk about him.
Yeah, I know Poolsie's listening to like every. I know he's dialed right in here.
Yeah. Hopefully they can get their schedule straight and we can have all 4 of us back together like a big happy family next week.
I think so. Shout out to the Sunday Funday faithfuls. We heard some good feedback from the first episode. We're going to continue to grow this thing and we'll continue to get this thing out. We're all entering a period of life where we slow down a little bit in the business, as kind of everybody does at the end of summer. September, October is still pretty busy for me, but after that, it's for sure football season. It's time to grind this thing out.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to another week of Sunday Funday, and we will talk to you next week. Peace.
Cheers.